All right, here we are again. Jesus Christ. Yo, I'm tired of blurring out this fucking. Do I really have no choice? I refuse to have this sign in my video. That'll work. How's everybody doing today? We're back again, and this time I wanted to share a little bit of my process. Kind of funny, I'm a little embarrassed to bring this up, but it's all part of the journey, right? Because I set out to do this thing. In my mind, I'm here thinking everyone's okay, so what are you gonna produce? If you went out for this big epic journey, you gotta come back with something, right? So I'm a little afraid actually to just speak about the small things that are not going right. But this one is something that actually is not going right, and I feel it's important to share. Just for some context, I pretty much spent 4 days on one line of code. So I'm trying to build out a website and incorporate some things, and I'm trying to do some front end and back end stuff. So in addition to what you see on the browser, I'm trying to do some back end stuff, which involves databases and things going on in the server and in the back end, the shit that you actually don't see. Anyway, stuck on one line of code for 4 days, and it's just frustrating the hell out of me. I had to finally reach out for help, something that sometimes I get in my own head, and I feel like asking for help means that I'm unable to do it or that I'm incompetent to some degree, but that's my own struggle that I gotta get over. Asking for help is a good thing. Asking for help is a good thing. Asking for help is a good thing. So I reach out to this website called Stack Overflow. For those of you who don't know what that is, Stack Overflow is pretty much just a forum of developers answering questions that people have, but it's notorious for just whole responses. I put up my message saying, hey, this is this thing that I've been stuck on for a little while, and I can't seem to figure it out. And some guy has the nerve to say, well, if you just read the documentation, you wouldn't even have this question. I'm like, bitch, the point of me asking this question is because I read the documentation and I'm having a hard time grasping it. That's the point. He has the nerve to respond with an answer that actually wasn't the solution. So then I reach out to this wonderful, amazing Slack group that I'm a part of. I was blessed with the honor to be invited to the Slack group from Micah, and I'll put a link to all of his million channels in the description, so that way you can check that out too if you want to be a part of it. So I reach out to support your friends and I say, hey, listen, I'm having a hard time with this certain line of code that I've been stuck on for forever. Can somebody help me out? And then Jared, he was extremely nice to take a lot of time out of his day to help me out. And as a matter of fact, he has a YouTube that I'm just plugging everybody today. I am the plug. So Jared, link to his YouTube and maybe other things in the description below, and you can go ahead and check him out because he is an amazing developer. I think that he would provide a lot of value for you. He knows what he's talking about. Anyway, all right, plug over. So I reach out to him and I say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, sure, just, go ahead and send it. Upload it on GitHub, which is pretty much just a repository for code. So I'm like, sure. So then so 20 minutes goes by and he's like, did you put it up? And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of having a hard time doing that because it's giving me an error. Turns out there was a step that I missed to upload it. Just to upload it. I couldn't even do that. What a humbling experience this has all been. So then he goes, all right, let me send you a PR. And I'm like, a personal record? And he's like, a pull request, my dude. I'm like, yikes, I should have known that. A pull request is pretty much a way of submitting contributions to an open source project or whatever. Particularly on GitHub, you can submit a pull request so that way one can see changes and include them in their project. I'm explaining to him exactly what I'm trying to do, and he's like, what did he say? He's like, I think you're just making this more complicated than it actually needs to be. And that just like, that was like a oof. Because one of my old bosses used to tell me that so many times, that like, you're overcomplicating it. Just keep it simple. You're doing more work than you need to. And I'm like, oh, damn it, that's a thing. That's a thing. One of those things. We all got them, right? We all got it. Nobody's perfect, right? No one's perfect. So anyway, he figures it out and he sends me all of his changes, and lo and behold, it works. And I was like, I was blown away by so many things. For one, that it took him like 20 minutes to do when it took me 4 days to not figure it out. Two, asking for help goes such a long way. Like, I should have just done that from the beginning. So what's the takeaway for me? That this is hard. This is no cakewalk. Everything's gonna be giving me problems. It's extremely time consuming, and I need to not underestimate just how much goes into building stuff on the web or just software in general, and just assuming that because I got a math degree that that's gonna carry me, because it'll only carry me so far. I gotta put in the work. It's also really humbling because like I can be a cocky bastard sometimes. So like sometimes I think I can just do anything if I just think it, if I just will it into existence. And sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes I'm narrow-minded. Sometimes I get stuck. Sometimes I won't be able to just figure it out, and I have to reach out and ask for help. So that was pretty humbling in a sense. You know, my ego is getting in the way of this, so I'm not too happy about that. Why am I leaning? Why am I slouching? Slouching. Yeah, well, too late because the video's over. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you got a kick out of that. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, links to all that stuff are going to be below. Feel free to check that out, and thanks for watching. Bye.